The environment of children has a huge impact on their well-being and their overall development. It needs a healthy environment for a child to grow so much better. A healthy environment means a caring, a protective, and a helpful one. In contrast, a bad environment or a problematic one can have damaging effects on the child's intellectual, social, and emotional development. Research has shown negative home environment during the early years of life can lead to impaired development. However, that's not the case for everyone. As parents, they are responsible for their own children's development. They play a huge role in keeping their children on the right track from the beginning of their birth to their adolescence years. In creating a healthy and helpful environment for a child to learn and grow, here are the essential factors all parents must put in mind. First, parents need to have positive parenting and parental resilience. Positive parenting and parental resilience focus on stress and functioning well even when faced with challenges, adversities, and trauma. Resilient parents are those ones who can manage day-to-day work stress and still function well even with all the negativities around them. The way parents respond to stressors is much more important than the stressor itself in determining the outcomes for themselves and for the children. Parents who are resilient are able to manage anger, anxiety, sadness, loneliness, and other negative feelings. Parental resilience is the ability to constructively cope with and bounce back from all types of challenges. It is about creatively solving problems, building trusting relationships, maintaining a positive attitude, and seeking help when it's needed. For the parents to build trusting relationship, spending time with their children is a must. It also means being mentally, emotionally, and spiritually present, not just physically. Parents must observe their children's behavioral patterns. One example is when a child is lying and with other eccentricities. Being able to receive nurturing attention and developing a secure attachment with parents fosters the development of resilience in children when they experience stress. Children, especially on their younger ages, learn and try to imitate their parents' behavior. The way parents treat other people around them can affect their children's behavior. This includes how they treat their neighbors, co-workers, peers, and even random strangers. Therefore, parents should be absolutely mindful of their own words and actions, and of how they use their position or status to act in different situations, especially in communicating with other people. In this manner, parents do significantly contribute to their children's development. Second, building good social connections. It is all about having a sense of connectedness with constructive, supportive people and institutions. Social connections help parents build networks of both social and emotional support that serve multiple purposes. Having good social connections, like having good relationships with friends, neighbors, and other people in the community, can actually help parents develop and reinforce community norms around child rearing, provide assistance in times of need, and serve as a resource of parenting information or help solving problems. It is recorded that isolation is a common risk factor for abuse and neglect in our society. Thus, parents living in nuclear families need support in building positive friendships and strengthen their family ties. The third one, parents need to have knowledge of parenting and child development. Understanding best practices of parenting and developmentally appropriate child skills and behaviors. It is absolutely important to have accurate information about raising young children, and appropriate expectations for their behaviors help parents to better understand their own children, to properly take care of them. Proper information must be available when parents need it, especially when it's relevant to their lives and to their children's lives. Because of this, parents whose own families used harsh discipline techniques or parents of children with developmental or behavior problems or special needs require extra support in building this protective factor. Parents need to avoid these harsh discipline techniques to avoid putting trauma to their children. The fourth one, concrete support in times of need. identifying, accessing, and receiving needed adult, child, and family services. Parents need to have access to the types of concrete supports and services that can help minimize the stress of difficult situations, including a family crisis, a condition such as substance abuse, or stress associated with lack of resources. Building this protective factor focuses on ensuring the basic needs of family, such as food, clothing, and shelter. Lastly, ensuring social and emotional competence of children. Parents need to form secure, positive adult and peer relationships, which helps children in experiencing, regulating, and expressing emotions. Parents these days are having troubles with the demands of work, home, and other responsibilities. Parents can be too busy sometimes that they fail to actually offer quality time to their children. It is important to be acknowledged that even small acts of kindness and affection like protection and caring, a hug, a smile, or loving words make a big difference to children. Research shows that consistent relationship with a caring adult in the early years is associated with better grades, healthier behaviors, more positive peer interactions, and increased ability to cope with stress later in life. Early identification of problems within children and working with them help in keeping their development on track. Parents need to make sure their children feel safe in their environment, and parents need to secure such safety for their children. Those children who have experienced or witnessed violence needs a safe environment that offers them opportunities to develop normally. To sum it all up, parents need to play all these roles responsibly and in the right way to help in creating a bright future for their own children.